Today we have been privileged to have a focus group session with Nexus Green, EV player in the market.
With boda riders today to really get all the information from them on where do we want the swapping stations, where do we want the charging stations, to have them involved.
I'm really excited to find out more about the mind of a boda, and do you think it's going to be acceptable?
Kyemulina okumanya nti session eno eteebeddwayo mubawa amagezi ge mulowooza nti gajja kubayamba okubawa service ennungi.
Batteries ezo ze bagenda oleeta zinaaba zirenjingira mu ssente mmeka okusasula when you swapping?
Kasito subscribing olunaku ekitegeeza oli unlimited buli wosanga ki kyaja ng'opulaginga nga tosasula.
Mu kifo ky'okugenda ku toto n'onywa amafuta ogenda ku toto ne bajjamu battery gy'olina ne bakuteeramu endala.
Kino ekintu tubadde twakirinda dda mu ggwanga and nga nzali mu operations ebbanga lyemmazemu n'abavuzi manyi ebibanyiga ekimu ku bisinga okubanyiga ye inconsistency mu bbeeyi y'amafuta.
We are promoting a zero emission free environment.
We've got some boda drivers driving EV for the first time, and I feel like they're loving it.
Like now for us women, some of us is very hard to remove the gear, put on the gear, but this one you just accelerate.
It's just been so fantastic to understand their mindset, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be driving, and they need to know, where can I charge my boda just in case anything goes wrong? All right, see you later. Cheers.
With boda riders today to really get all the information from them on where do we want the swapping stations, where do we want the charging stations, to have them involved since the start and since the beginning on this EV transition that Green Hub is leading in Kampala.
We have been privileged to have a focus group session with Nexus Green, EV player in the market. We had an opportunity to invite our drivers, SafeBoda riders, who are currently taking trips. Some of them are into EV, others are not. We have female drivers in the space as well, to come in and have a conversation about how they think about EV. For those that are using EV right now, what's the experience? For those that have not, what are they looking at? What will make the solutions work for them?
I'm really excited to find out more about the mind of a boda, and do you think it's going to be acceptable? Do you think they're going to actually transition from ICE to EV? I hope so. They'll make more money, because from what I understand, they can make anything from 25 to 50% increase on their revenues, which is money in the pocket. So let's go have a look at what's going on.
So what we are working on and what is core of Green Hub is our electric motorcycle. We're designing this one right now, and our launching plan is for January 2025. And in the coming years, we'll bring in 100,000 electric bodas.
The bike that will be launching with TVS, the EV TVS HLX, is the equivalent of a 125cc engine. So you have the torque. So you won't have the problems where you are driving uphill, and you're going to be struggling. Of course, uphill you'll be slower, but you won't be stopping. Now with TVS Green Hub, we'll give you a scooter to start with, but once we launch the bike, you will be so happy with that bike. All the maintenance is included. If you go for the option and pay unlimited, you go, if it stops at 50%, you go swap it, no problems. You keep going, 2 minutes, you just change it.
We will offer lease-to-own models with repayment plans suitable for what you would want, 2 years, 3 years. But what's different is that we'll offer full maintenance lease.
Kyemulina okumanya nti session eno eteebeddwayo mubawa amagezi ge mulowooza nti gajja kubayamba okubawa service ennungi.
Batteries ezo ze bagenda oleeta zinaaba zirenjingira mu ssente mmeka okusasula when you swapping?
Nze kyembadde mbuuzaamuko mbooza ku nsonga ya street charge oba yegenda kuba ya bwereere kubanga yomba ngenda kugumiikiriza ncharginge.
Kasito subscribing olunaku ekitegeeza oli unlimited buli wosanga ki kyaja ng'oplaginga nga tosasula nti osobola okukozesa nga bw'oyagala olunaku lulamba.
bwe baba balina eyo subscription ngamba nze ninako customer ndi ku like 10% gyendaga tetuuka ate nino oyimirira ne customer ku center ya charging tubeeraawo.
It takes 2 minutes. Now with that said, it means in 2 minutes you swap the battery, boom, 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 you get on your bike and then you go for another 100 kilometers. So 100 kilometers done, new 100 kilometers there.
Singa oli ku programu yaffe omanyi toto era tukuwa looni y'amafuta. So mu kifo ky'okugenda ku toto n'onywa amafuta ogenda ku toto ne bajjamu battery gy'olina ne bakuteeramu endala. So tewabaawo njawulo nnyo.
Piki echarginga kilomita 10 tebasobola tukolera piki nga esukka kilomita 10 kuba nyinza okuva wano njala genda waffe Luweero okulima ku mboga kirala ng'esobola otikka kilomita egundi kilogramu esukka zino kuba kati nze ntikka nnyo.
Is it possible for you guys to expand the areas of like servicing? I mean, yeah, actually let me call it servicing.
Like KCC has stages. They would put about 2 charging points on every stage. But then the other thing is they should put as many as possible because we know that bodas are many. What makes you think that they will not congest around one? They will all want Vayo, and then there's all Kaviyo everywhere.
Every 100 kilometers, as you are going to those main roads, highway, every 100 kilometers you put a swap.
We need to also highlight where you feel you need to have a charging station. Today is about understanding the mind of the boda driver from A to B, because you now become operators. You need to understand, right, if I'm going from here to here and it's 130 kilometers, where am I going to swap my battery?
Yes, kati wane ebitundu nga ebirala bitundu bingi kati mugenda kulondako bagenda bakwasanga kapeeni maybe okulenga kadoti oba ki.
Battery swapping. If you mark out, okay, for example in this area,
Chengera.
we would want a battery swapping. Then we will make sure that we find a Total station that's in this area to place it at. It's so exciting to see how much curiosity there already is amongst boda riders. They're curious, they're asking questions, and they want to be part of this EV ride because they already understand so many of the great benefits of it, and they're already asking today, where can we get it, when is it here?
It's been a very beautiful and engaging session. There's been lots of insights from both Nexus Green and from the SafeBoda rider. On top of that, we have had an opportunity for them to test out the scooter and appreciate the experience. We believe that this solution for EV is a very good transition for a boda market because they get to earn and they get to save and improve their livelihoods altogether. So we do look forward to getting the opportunity to scale the EV space, and as SafeBoda, we are very keen on pushing adoption and awareness in the industry.
It's really good to get an insight about, the behavior of, the boda and what they think about EV. And, the bottom line is they're going to make twice as much money. They're going to not have to worry about maintenance and stuff like that. So super excited to be here. Thank you, SafeBoda, as always, for being one of our affiliates, our partners in this campaign. And I look forward to working with you a bit more.
Ziri quiet, ate ziri speed. Nzenga bwe nvuzeemu mweno scooter eweeka ddala omuntu owa kilo enene.
Very easy to ride. It looks attractive. Kale is a very nice bike compared to the one I'm riding. Like now for us women, some of us is very hard to remove the gear, put on the gear. This one you just accelerate.
We have had lots of discussions with the boda driver, really get to understand what they're thinking. They're really enjoying the EV bike. Today's been really, really good. It's been really informative because we've got to understand where they want the charging stations to be. And as Nexus Green providing those services in the Total Energy petrol stations, they've actually given us key indicators of where they want it across Kampala, Greater Kampala. So it's just been so fantastic to understand their mindset, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be driving and they need to know, where can I charge my boda just in case anything goes wrong? All right, see you later. Cheers.